Ever looked at a building and thought, wait, how is that even standing? Some structures laugh in the face of gravity, bending the rules of architecture and engineering in ways that seem impossible. From tilted houses to floating museums, these buildings are more than just eye-catching. They're mind-blowing feats of design. Get ready to explore 7 of the most gravity-defying buildings that challenge everything we thought we knew about construction. Let's dive in! Museum of Tomorrow. Imagine a building that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. Hovering over the water, stretching toward the sky like a futuristic spaceship ready for liftoff. That's the Museum of Tomorrow in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen. Designed by Santiago Calatrava, this architectural wonder defies gravity with its massive, cantilevered roof, extending 75 meters over the plaza and 45 meters over the sea, giving it the illusion of floating. But here's where it gets even crazier. This isn't just a visual masterpiece, it's built for the future. The roof is covered in solar panels that move with the sun, like giant mechanical sunflowers, generating renewable energy to power the building. The museum even pulls water from the ocean, filters and reuses it for cooling, making it a self-sustaining eco-marvel. Inside, it's all about exploring the future of humanity, from AI and climate change to space exploration and bioengineering. Every exhibit is designed to make you question, where is humanity headed? A building that looks like it's defying gravity while actively shaping the future. Now, that's engineering magic. CCTV Headquarters. Ever seen a skyscraper that looks like it's breaking the laws of physics? Meet the CCTV Headquarters in Beijing, China, a gravity-defying masterpiece that laughs in the face of traditional architecture. Designed by the legendary Rem Koolhaas and his firm OMA, this building isn't just tall, it's bold, bizarre, and completely mind-bending. Instead of the typical towering rectangle, this skyscraper bends into itself, forming a continuous loop that connects 2 massive, leaning towers with a 75-meter horizontal overhang, suspended 500 feet above the ground. It looks as if it's frozen mid-collapse, yet it stands firm, supported by an intricate web of steel bracing, making it one of the most complex buildings ever constructed. But here's where it gets even wilder because of its unique shape. The building has no real front or back. Every angle gives you a different perception, making it seem like an optical illusion in the middle of Beijing's skyline. Some even call it the Big Pants because of its uncanny resemblance to a pair of trousers. Inside, it's home to China's largest television broadcaster, packed with cutting-edge studios, production facilities, and offices. But let's be honest, the real showstopper is the building itself, a true engineering marvel that challenges everything we thought we knew about skyscrapers. Heydar Aliyev Center. What if a building had no straight lines, no sharp corners, just pure flowing movement? That's exactly what the Heydar Aliyev Center in Baku, Azerbaijan feels like. A futuristic structure that seems to breathe and flow like a liquid wave. Designed by the legendary Zaha Hadid, this masterpiece breaks every rule of traditional architecture and looks like it's defying gravity itself. The entire building appears to rise from the ground in one continuous motion, curving and folding as if it's alive. It has no rigid framework, just an endless, undulating form that seamlessly blends the walls, ceilings, and floors into a single, fluid entity. The white, glossy surface reflects light differently at every hour, making the building change its appearance throughout the day. But here's the real magic. How does this thing even stand? Underneath its smooth, alien-like shell is a hidden network of steel and reinforced concrete, engineered with cutting-edge digital modeling techniques. The result? A structure that looks like it should collapse under its own weight, yet it stands tall, solid, and awe-inspiring. Inside, it's just as mesmerizing: exhibition halls, auditoriums, and galleries that feel like stepping into the future. This isn't just a building, it's a sculpture, an experience, a revolution in architecture. If gravity had a rival, this would be it. Needle Tower. What if I told you there's a tower that defies gravity, not with steel beams or concrete walls, but with invisible forces holding it together? Meet the Needle Tower, a 60-foot-tall optical illusion standing outside the Hirshhorn Museum in Washington, D.C. Unlike any traditional structure, this tower doesn't rely on solid walls or heavy columns. Instead, it floats in perfect balance using a mind-bending principle called tensegrity. So, what's tensegrity? Imagine a structure where every part is either in pure tension or pure compression, but they never touch. That's exactly what happens here. The tower is made up of thin steel rods and cables, where the cables pull inwards while the rods push outwards, creating a perfect force equilibrium. It's like a game of architectural Jenga, where if just one piece were removed, the whole thing would collapse. At first glance, it looks impossibly fragile, as if a strong gust of wind could topple it over. But the truth is, it's surprisingly strong. This delicate balancing act was engineered by Kenneth Snelson, a pioneer of tensegrity, proving that structures don't always need bulky materials to stand tall. This tower isn't just a sculpture, it's a physics lesson, an engineering marvel, and a gravity-defying work of art that leaves you staring in disbelief. Is it floating? Is it stable? Or is it some kind of architectural magic? Well, that's for you to decide. Museum of Rock. What if a building could capture the raw energy of rock music? Bold, rebellious, and completely unexpected. That's exactly what the Museum of Rock, or Ragnarok, in Roskilde, Denmark does. This isn't just a museum, it's a headbanging, gravity-defying architectural statement that looks like it's about to take off into the sky. Designed by MVRDV and Kobe, the museum's most mind-blowing feature is its dramatic 25-meter-long cantilever that juts out like a guitar solo, breaking every rule. Half of this massive golden structure hangs in mid-air, with no visible support underneath, making it look like it's frozen in time mid-stage dive. The entire facade is wrapped in gold-colored aluminum panels, giving it a loud, rebellious rock star-like presence. Step inside, and the experience gets even crazier. The museum's interior is filled with concert-like lighting, bold red staircases, and immersive soundscapes, making visitors feel like they're stepping into the heart of a live show. From legendary rock memorabilia to high-tech exhibits that let you create your own music, this place is not just about looking, it's about feeling the music. A building that floats, glows, and screams rock and roll. The Museum of Rock proves that architecture, like music, should be bold, electrifying, and always breaking the rules. Cube houses. What if I told you there's a neighborhood where houses balance on their corners like tumbling dice, except they never fall? Welcome to the cube houses in Rotterdam, Netherlands, one of the most mind-bending, gravity-defying architectural experiments ever built. Designed by Piet Blom, these bright yellow cubes are tilted at a 45-degree angle, making them look like they're precariously hanging in mid-air. Here's the wild part. People actually live inside them, but living in a tilted cube? That's no joke. The walls and windows lean at bizarre angles, making every room feel like a surreal, optical illusion. Walking inside feels like stepping into an Escher painting, where nothing quite aligns with what your brain expects. Even everyday tasks like setting up furniture or simply walking through a doorway become a game of balance. So how do they stay up? The secret lies in their hexagonal pylons, which act like super strong stilts, anchoring the cubes to the ground while leaving enough space underneath for shops and walkways. This gives the entire complex a futuristic floating village vibe, as if the houses are suspended in motion, mid-spin. More than just a quirky experiment, these cube houses prove that architecture can be playful, innovative, and completely mind-boggling. It's not just a place to live, it's a gravity-defying everyday adventure. Balancing barn. What if your house looked like it was about to tip over the edge of a hill but never actually fell? That's exactly the kind of mind-bending illusion created by the balancing barn in Suffolk, England. At first glance, it seems impossibly unstable, with half of the house suspended in mid-air, stretching 15 meters beyond its foundation. But don't worry, it's not going anywhere. Designed by MVRDV, this 30-meter-long metal-clad barn isn't just a stunt, it's a masterpiece of architectural balance. The trick lies in its hidden engineering genius. The half of the house that rests on solid ground is built with heavier materials, while the overhanging portion is made lighter, keeping the whole structure perfectly stable. It's like a giant seesaw frozen in motion, daring gravity to make a move. Step inside, and the magic continues. Huge windows offer breathtaking countryside views, but the real thrill? The swing installed right underneath the cantilevered section. Because what's better than swinging beneath a house that looks like it could tip over? The balancing barn isn't just a home, it's a gravity-defying optical illusion, blending architecture, adventure, and engineering brilliance in one jaw-dropping package. A house that challenges physics and your sense of balance? That's a place worth living in if you dare. Architecture isn't just about building, it's about pushing boundaries and defying limits. These gravity-defying structures prove that impossible is just another challenge for brilliant engineers and designers. Which one blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love exploring mind-bending architecture, make sure to subscribe to DwellScape for more incredible content. See you in the next video.